How good are Jeremy Fragrance's men's fragrance range? We have Office, we have Date, we have Black Tie to talk about. Starting off with Office for men. Now, Office is advertised as a clean, fresh, long-lasting, compliment-getting fragrance that you can wear to any situation. And to be honest, it hits that mark. It is a long-lasting, fresh fragrance. It's one of the longest-lasting fresh fragrances I've actually tried. It smells very pleasant. I've only received positive comments when wearing Office for men. It's a fragrance that you can wear to any situation. And to be honest, it's one that I wear quite often because a lot of fresh fragrances don't last on me. I find they fade away after 2 or 3 hours, and I want something that's going to last much longer. So there aren't many options in my collection, but Office for Men is one of those options, and I actually wear this a lot more than I thought. Now, this doesn't focus on the blue fragrance DNA or overly citrus fragrance DNA that a lot of these fresh fragrances rely on. This is much more of an ambroxan heavy, white floral, clean laundry type smell. It does smell very fresh and energizing. I really like Office for Men, and I think it's a great fresh fragrance. Date for Men does smell in the opening similar to Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. It has that sweet spiciness that you get in Ultra Male, but as this dries down, it goes much more woodier, and you have patchouli in here, and you're supposed to have some oud, but I don't pick up on an oud note particularly, but it just smells quite woody, and it has a much stronger backbone than Ultra Male has. This also lasts a lot longer than Ultra Male, but in terms of the overall smell, I prefer the smell of Ultra Male because I love the sweetness mixed with the fresh mint in the opening. This doesn't really have that. It has the sweetness with spiciness, but it doesn't smell as good as Ultra Male, but it does last a lot longer. Now, Black Tie is the only one in this collection that could be considered a niche fragrance. It's the only one that smells really interesting and doesn't have designer-like qualities. So this is very mysterious. It's dark, it's smoky, it has a beautiful sweet orange opening with smokiness, and it just smells really good. It's more of a divisive fragrance than these other two, and this is a fragrance that I have received some negative feedback on, but also some positive feedback, and it is generally one, in my experience, that people either love or they hate. I haven't let someone try this and they've just said it smelled okay. It's more of a love or hate that you'll get with Black Tie, but this is the only one that commands a niche quality, and it's the only one that could command a niche quality price tag. Now let's look at the price of these fragrances, because the way Jeremy Fragrances does the pricing of these is a bit ridiculous in my opinion, because they're all very expensive to buy on their own. So Office for Men is around 220 euros, Date 260 euros or something, and Black Tie is about 350 euros. So the price is crazy. It's ridiculous for the type of product you get, because Fragrance One is not a luxury fragrance brand. It's a brand by a YouTube influencer who talks to people who are probably under 25 mostly, and the fragrances he has recommended over the years are typically cheaper designer fragrances. So why would you release something that is the opposite of that to people who are younger and probably can't afford to spend 260 euros on a fragrance? That for me was ridiculous, and then you're supplying them in bottles that are very cheap. The packaging is cheap, and if you buy a luxury fragrance from Xerjoff, from L'Eau de Dove, or from any other niche brand, you're going to get a much more luxury experience, as you should, from paying that kind of money. These fragrances should have been priced at the 50% off that you get if you get the buy one get one free, or there's some code that gives you 50% discount. That's how they should have been priced anyway. It would have been a fair price for a fair product, and I guarantee you Jeremy Fragrance would have sold a lot more of these fragrances, and the brand would have fitted in much better within the fragrance community. But all in all, these fragrances are very good. They do what they say on the tin, that they do as advertised, and I think that is very important in today's world where everything is over advertised. To be honest, these do as advertised, and I personally really enjoy them. But please do not buy them for the retail price. Do the buy one get one free, or wait for a 50% off discount code.